I see the look on the faces of our brethren, and know that failure is not an option.
A victory. Hopefully they amount to something.
and it answers with silence. Have you abandoned me, Great Serpent? Do you not hear my pleas? You understand me? Hear my voice. But I do not know you. I hesitate to ask, but what manner of being are you? Do you truly serve his will? Yes, he works through you and built the path to guide you to me. I have reached out so many times to hear nothing but echoes. Yet you, an outsider, hear me plain. And for the first time, I hear you. Clearly your arrival here is fated. By stepping into this void, we are now linked. There is still reason to hope. The Great Serpent will see us through. But time is short. The bridge collapses. The gate is still open. The experiment still runs. Find me in the Scaled Citadel. I will wait for you there.
The wisest. The Great Serpent sends you to me once again. You return. What news do you have of Anasco? It was indeed him. There is no question.
Well, it would seem I owe you an apology, sister.
There is no need, brother. Your skepticism only strengthens us.
As you say. But, to the matter at hand, did Anasco mention anything that could aid us in his extraction? Yes, the pinnacle of the Citadel was modified to house the equipment to create a gate to the Vortex. If it still runs, that would explain everything we have experienced since the initial incident.
It is much more than that. Normally when I pray for Anasco's return, I sense he is lost, fading. But When I last prayed to the Great Serpent, I felt Anasco's presence clear and distinct. Even as it receded, I felt him anchored to this world. Yes, there are some who suggest that when Jinan communed with the Great Serpent, a similar bond had been established. I believe the same is true for you and Anasco.
I would need time to attempt a scientific explanation for why or how this happened, but for now, let us assume my sister is correct.
And that is the essence of faith. I do not know what lies ahead. My visions do not go beyond this point. But I do know this link will play a role. In fact, I am certain of it.
Agreed. And with this settled, we can now continue the work of aligning the noble houses. Together, we will find a way to complete the mourning device.
Never in his worst nightmares could I imagine Jinan Barun saw a future like this.
Fooling with the outsiders, we must rebuild that.
The Great Serpent
Excuse
would
me,
not have done this
I
unless
have a
truly
word?
necessary. We must not doubt.
Great Serpent, please, help me. I am terrified.
Miss, I am sorry, but I cannot just give
What
you
could we
supplies.
have possibly
There's
done to
emergency
deserve this? What angered him
We
so?
have examined your children and found that they
If
were
you do not need medical assistance, please move along.
Other patients are in more dire circumstances and require assistance. I do not like it any more than you do. Your children...
House Dulkev is at your service.
Hello, Vindicator. Malibor has kept me informed of the situation. The deadlock of the High Council. I hope your presence here means things have changed. Yes, of course. I'm pleased that the Council is once again working towards a solution. It felt wrong not to help. Do you know where I was when it happened? The incident, they call it. I was in the temple next door, conversing with my cousin. I was in the middle of replying to him about, I don't even recall. Some meaningless bit of family drama, I am sure. One moment he was there, and the next, gone. My cousin, the floor, the wall, just gone. I found myself looking out at the scaled citadel, unable to comprehend. And now, here I stand, the elder of House Dulkev. Cannot stories themselves be information? You cannot imagine it. A single moment of pure, terrible, a meter's distance was all that separated me from whatever has become of Dazra. I find that through all the chaos and the scrambling since, my mind drifts back to that moment. I could be gone as well. But here I remain, spared. And I do not know why. Hopefully you can deliver them from this. But what comes after? What about the next? I'm sorry. I should shoulder my own burdens, not force. I've grown so tired of the council squabbling, and I want no further part in it. All must serve, and House Dulkev is no exception. An attempt was made, but I admit it was not as forceful as it should have been. It was clear it was going to fall on deaf ears. Here is what I can tell you. Sometime before our current calamity, Enesco Varun approached me looking for information about his grandfather's time. He was frustrated at the lack of progress. House Dulkev keeps extensive records, you see. While I was never told the exact reason behind the inquiry, I was able to deduce a fair. I provided him with the shipping manifests from the time of the Serpent's Crusade, materials and equipment that suggested some highly specialized risk. I told Enesco where those materials had been sent. Weeks later, well, you've seen the Citadel. You know as well as any. I believe so. Enesco returned from the site in unusually good spirits. He boasted of something called the Vortex Interlock, and that it was the key to unlocking some. Whatever records exist of this interlock were swallowed up with the Citadel. And as for the original site, executors were sent, but did not return. And we can. So I suggest you visit Malin Dam to the southeast. It is the only place to learn more about these vortex interlocks and what connection they may have to the. And should your search be fruitful, make sure it is known that House Dulkev was.
Have all the supplies been inventoried?
Yes, I've completed.
You can't get in there, not unless you have a card. So, you're trying to get in there? You're not the first person to come here recently, you know? Enesco Varun himself was here. I saw him, but he didn't talk to me. And there were too many other people around him. They all looked really serious. I heard he disappeared. Is that true? I never saw him come back out of the dam, but I did see them go in. They had cards that let them open the door. I found one after they'd left. I thought about using it, but I didn't want to get in trouble. Kavil said I should give it to him for safekeeping, so I did. Maybe he'll let you have it. Okay, good luck.
Another day, another mouthful of seaweed. May the great serpent bless us.
It would seem the farm has fallen on hard times.
Like this.
It is so
But
empty.
the best thing we can do is continue our jobs. No offense, but it's not your property.
The ownership of the card is far less important than its use.
Be that as it may, I feel it should be turned over to the proper authorities. I only wish to serve, I swear. You are right, though. Here, take it.
I would move the stars for you. But I hope it does not come to that. You need something, dearest? I know that tone. Very well. What is it? Thank you, dearest. You are not so bad yourself. I'm sorry to see you go. Whoever laid claim to this place seems to be long gone. There must be some mechanism for draining the floodwaters.
Warning. Power fluctuations detected. Rerouting to compensate. Drainage pump control bypassed. You are not welcome here. You will leave immediately. This is your only warning. I guard these halls with my brothers and sisters, until the shrouding. None are allowed here, including you. I do not care. Jinan Baron himself charged us with the protection of this facility. It was his last order, and it will be carried out. Yes, I know this Nazco. He visited, reinforced his grandfather's order. The work done here must be safeguarded, protected, never permitted to leave. None but the Speaker may decide otherwise. And you are not the Speaker. You were warned. You did not listen. Then you have forfeit your life. The Speaker's orders will be carried out.
I heard something. Let us hope whatever experiments were going on here are not running loose.
You would be rid of me so easily. The arrogance!
It would seem this will be more challenging than we anticipated.
The work done here has tied us to this place for all time. That is why we have agreed to guard it.
Sister, have you not finished this game? You should have heeded Courageous words in the beginning, little one. This is no place for you.
It would also seem that I spoke too soon.
The outcome has not changed, Vedrasa. We are still in control here. I have my orders, and I will follow them. Do you even understand why you are here? What it is you are looking for? This seems a fool's errand. So, you do know something about this place. It does not matter. The interlocks are not yours. They belong here with us, and they will stay here. You should have left when you had the chance.
Lost it. You thought you could evade me?
Do you not grow weary of this? I assure you, it will not end. You are the one with the power to change this, either by turning around or dying.
This is turning into a most exhilarating exercise.
All this noise over one little trespasser. Let us be done with this already.
The experiments here have ensured our resilience. We endure because it has been ordered of us. House Faroon's return to greatness begins with the work done here. And until that time comes, your conviction is impressive. The outcome will not change, but we will show you mercy. Destabilized. Containment fields failing. Backup systems risk overload. Consider manual shutdown at the earliest convenience.
No!
you have done! Oh, you are so very clever. More so than Anasco's entourage. Those interlocks power our pods. You have killed Bethesda. What is more, you have disrupted the flow of power within the dam. You are one step from dooming those farmers on the surface. All right, hero. You have proven yourself a commendable opponent. But now, you have a choice to make. If you can remove the remaining interlock, you will have bested us. But you will ruin the lives of those above us. Or we can continue this contest of wills and see which of us is stronger. The choice is yours. But we do. My dedication to the Great Serpent.
One house aligned, and 2 to go. I am old and my eyesight is not what it used to be, but I know the face of success when I see it. Your lead from House Kef paid off. I have heard of such a thing. Recently, in fact, just before the accident. That is apparently not a coincidence. We do not need it for the device, but if this accounts for some of the leaps in progress in the Citadel, you may wish to hold on to it. As much as I have devoted my life to science, one cannot deny that there is an occasional spark of the divine. The Great Serpent has use for this, and you, still to come. If House Fethal cooperates, we should have... Progress is all...
Not sure what to make of you.
Were our sins really so bad?
Need some stopping power, huh? Well, look who it is. Dazra's very own guest of honor. You must have friends in high places, as I have been authorized to trade with you. I have some impressive firepower on offer. Of course I do. Now, what are you buying? I have some serious firepower here.
Remain ever vigilant. Heresy must be exposed. Victor. The High Council needs access to the power grid if we hope to restore the city. Your inability to provide a legitimate excuse for denying them will only last so long.
Victoria is right. I know you're angry, but you can't let personal matters interfere with what may be best for everyone.
Personal matters? This is a Ministry of State matter, and I will handle it as I see fit. He is a traitor. He turned his back not only on his family, but on our people's entire belief system. The fact that he still breathes is a stain upon the House Vethal name.
You would doom us all with your pride.
I will do as I please as head of this house. If you are not a member of House Vethal, you do not belong here. Another High Council lackey come begging? I told Lovick no more!
Forgive my brother. He has been forgetting his manners of late. Victor, this is Anasco's chosen. You recall Lovick sent word.
I recall he spoke of a newly anointed promised. And we do not need help, especially from an outsider.
You can't continue to refuse the council. You must act. Your inaction is killing you.
Precisely, which is why he leaves me no choice but to say this. My nephew Varric has left, and until he returns, Victor refuses to assist the council.
These are hardly matters for the ears of an outsider. You have no idea what you speak of. You are an outsider. You have no understanding of our house. The audacity! I should have you arrested.
Is this not the opportunity you've been looking for, brother? A third party capable of finding Varric?
Yes, you said so yourself. Someone with no loyalties to speak of. And if he's become promised, truly his arrival is more than coincident.
Serpent, give me strength. You both speak true. Perhaps I have reacted in haste. Tell me, Vindicator, are you well practiced in discretion? I have heard reports on Ryujin from the Ministry of Conjunction. This news gives me hope. As Vittoria mentioned, my son, Varric, has left. Essentially, he has abandoned his post. And not only did he turn his back on his house, but the Great Serpent as well. He is a traitor and must be dealt with as such.
Victor, surely you don't mean it.
He does, Luther. He is allowing his fervent pride and anger to cloud his judgment. What my brother is trying to say is that he wishes his own son dead. First, we lose Vashti to that malignance tearing through Dazra. And now you so willingly offer up Varric, as if our house has not suffered enough loss already.
This is not grief. This is betrayal. Not only to me, but to our society and the Great Serpent himself. I do not wish Varric dead, but as head of the Ministry of State, he left me no choice. All must serve. Those who refuse will be met with death. And showing leniency for a house member at a time like this when order is needed most would be unwise.
The law. Our work is not so simple, and you know it. You act as if death is the only answer. What about forgiveness?
I will not risk the Ministry's authority on the actions of my own son, even if he is my chosen heir. If the High Council wants my cooperation, I need you to find Vedek and carry out his sentence.
And I would ask you to spare him. My brother is acting under impulse, not reason.
I have never been more clear. Speak against me one more time, and you will regret it. Vedek has a signet ring with House Vithal's family crest. Bring it to me as proof of death. Only then will I grant you access to the power grid. See that you get it done. I recommend you start by speaking to patrons of the Herald's Rest. Some of Vedek's associates there may know where he went, but keep in mind, anyone who has directly aided him in hiding is an accomplice and shares his fate. See to it you do. All anyone needs to know is that you are looking for. I will not risk word.
Hopefully the soldiers are all out on missions or patrols and not gone.
What? This railing is taken. And no, I'm not looking for company. Oh, of course. Who would be looking for me anyway? And why should I know anything about the heir apparent? I'm nobody. Ask him yourself, if you find him. Do I? Perhaps at one point. I thought I did. Varric. One day we're inseparable, and the next, I've searched all of Dazra for him. But he's gone. Couldn't even leave a note. So, what if I did? Like I said, he doesn't want to be found. You think so? I couldn't live with myself if anything happened to him. Are you sure? I know. I'm worried too. Great Serpent. Let him be okay. All right, fine. But I'm only telling you this because I want him to be safe. I never found out where he is. But I know someone who might. His name is Tain Salavea. Hard to say right now, but Tain's a regular. If you stay a bit, you can't miss him. Just promise me you'll let me know if you find Varric. Thank you.
Lot of work.
There was never a time when I was old enough to be allowed to drink alcohol here.
You seem to be doing well. I'll drink to that.
A drink or two ought to lighten this mood. Hey, aren't you that outsider made promise that showed up here recently? Oh, wow. You really bought in, huh? I'm an outsider myself. It's hard to get into the whole giant snake thing. And proud of it. I've been toting stuff back and forth for these people for years and still get the cold shoulder most places I go. But then these people lose half their city and you show up, and suddenly it's divine intervention. Hey, you play your cards here right, you'll win them over. You've already been dealt a winning hand as it is. Anyway, enough about that. What can I do you for? Beric Vathal, huh? That's no small name around here. Well, I guess that depends, Vindicator. Who wants to know? I consider Varric a bit of a friendly acquaintance. I know enough about the guy to care about his physical well-being, if you know what I mean. Oh, sure. You just show up out of the blue and suddenly want to know where to find House Vathal's #1 son? And I know he wasn't lost to whatever ate up half of Dazra. Plenty of people have seen him since. Although, let's just say after what went down here, my retirement's looking imminent, and I haven't exactly been saving up for a rainy day. So if you're feeling generous, maybe we can help each other out. Not even gonna buy me dinner first? Sounds like someone's repping for House Vathal. But hey, I guess staying alive isn't the worst deal. I'm pretty sure he's heading into the Highlands. Just not sure where. But I do have the means to track him. So you just say the word and we're off to the races. Oh no, I'm stuck on you until this is over. Let's just say I have an investment to look after. Once we're outside of Dazra, I'll fire up my tracker and fingers crossed, it'll lead us right to him. Just head out the west gate, should be the fastest route.
A temporary encampment, but not an uneventful stay for the occupant.
my years and all the planets I've been on, never gonna get used to those things. Terror, what? At least I don't see a body around here, so I hope that means Varric's alive. You find anything? Glad the kid had it in him. Only wish he could have killed him before we got here. Well, what's next? Varric must have fled in a hurry since his tracker's still here. So guess the rest is up to us. Sounds like a plan. And hopefully that injury slows him down enough for us to catch up. Let's head back down and see what we can find. If you discover some new
That's far enough, strangers. You want to tell me what you're doing on my property uninvited? Well, you won't find him here. This isn't exactly the type of place where house members frequent. Of course, fellow promised. Please forgive my abruptness.
Yeah, you here obligated? You know it must be house business.
Indeed, brother. All must serve.
Eden, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Zen, yes, I know quite well. Never mind my partner, they're just overly cautious. As I said before, I've never seen Varric Bethal. We keep to ourselves. There's no reason for a path to cross. But we did aid an injured young man a few days ago.
That's gotta be Varric.
It's too coincidental. It must have been him. We sent him north. There's a long-abandoned growth farm we felt he could make use of. He claimed he lost everything in the incident that swallowed half of Dazra. He wanted to start a new life. We even gave him 2 of our own growths to get started. You're welcome, and safe travels. If you find him, give him our regards.
Tag me in when you're done in there. I figured you'd want to speak in private first. Nothing going on out here. How about you? Find anything? Sounds like it's a waiting game then.
It seems I have uninvited guests. You want to explain yourselves?
Whoa, hey, it's me. Dang. Put the gun down already.
It's not you I'm concerned about. It's your friends.
Rightfully so.
I wish I could say I was pleased to meet you, but something tells me this isn't a social call. Please, if you're here on my father's orders, allow me to plead my case. I am not sure how familiar you are with our culture, but all I've ever wanted was the right to choose. I was born House Vethal. I was raised to inherit the role of elder, to run the Ministry of State, to worship the Great Serpent. But I want none of it.
With House Vethal? Easier said than done.
This is true. House Bethal and the Ministry of State are known to be the most devout and punitive of the houses. It would not be easy to leave without extreme consequences, as you now know.
It's never mattered how much I tried to reason with him. My father simply would not let me go. His pride and the fear of what it would mean for House Vethal is all he cares about. Then you understand. All I want is to make my own life. Something Tane understood and was willing to help me with.
The credits help too. But yeah, guess you got the whole scoop now. I was hoping you'd see it that way. I lost my ship to the incident, so I didn't want Barrick running off thinking I could just grab him and go. I was also out all the credits he was gonna pay me. That's where you came in. I figured, why not 2 for the price of 1? I didn't realize it was gonna turn into a whole thing.
So, now you know my true intentions for leaving, and given the circumstances, I may be here for some time. My hope now is to make the best of it here. It seems opportunistic. I know. The truth is, the Scaled Citadel was the last straw. My people are so blinded by faith and politics, they don't see how it's destroyed. Anasko Varun eliminated half our population in the blink of an eye. My sister Vashti among them. I could no longer live in a society that won't put its people first. That would destroy itself in the name of a god that has done nothing for us. Especially when that faith leads to hate. I hope you can see why I want to walk away from all this. To start my own life. I ask that you give me that chance. Anything. Name it. My ring. Vashti gave it to me. It's all I have left of her since the cataclysm. The disaster took every physical reminder of her except for this ring. Just wiped her from existence. You're right. And I know Vashti would want it this way. Take it. I'll find solace in the fact that the ring will remain with my family. And now I hope we are done here. Thank you for seeing reason. I owe you both my life and freedom.
Now that's over with. I'm gonna hang back here, talk to Varric a bit. Besides, I don't want to be around when you break the news to Victor.
Obedience is paramount.
Well, you're back. What news do you bring?
What have you done? Varric.
This blood is on your hands, Victor. I hope you remember this. And I clearly said exceptions should be made.
No, it was Varric's choice. He knew the consequences.
You were his father. You were supposed to protect him. You think you are doing what is right out of some blind dedication, but you are destroying this house. You already lost one child. You had to murder the other.
Victoria!
I will not hear any more of this. It is done. Leave us.
Oh, I am leaving to mourn my nephew whose memory you disgrace with your very presence.
Victoria!
Leave her be, Luther. The Great Serpent will guide her. She will understand in time and emerge stronger for it. Then I can appreciate a tool that does not question. Ultimately, I care nothing for what you think. Now, only one matter remains to discuss. Did you find anyone who aided my son in his treachery? Good. Unfortunately, I have heard ramblings among the people of Varric's disappearance. Wardens are dealing with the matter as we speak. But you restored order to this house and have my gratitude. Here, the access code that Ekris needs to connect to the power grid. Now go.
First Vashti. Now Varric. I can't imagine.
The device looks ready. Let us hope it has not been built too hastily. We need this to work.
It is unfortunate. NASCO's research team rejected Sahima's theories. Did Victor finally relinquish the access code? Excellent. We'll finally have the resources to fully charge the morning device. Now, give me a moment to set up the grid. Inputting the access code. Routing power. It is done. Vindicator, Will you do us the honor? All personnel to stations. Clear the platform.
Activating power grid interlink.
Powering draft drive.
Field projector. Standing by.
Extending stabilizers.
Grav field. Stable.
Capacitors fully charged.
All stations reporting. Ready to proceed with targeting.
Targeting system engaged.
Calibrating lens array.
Adjusting counterweights.
Locking axial tilt. Device is in position.
It's time. On your mark. Fire!
Shall pierce the shell of the world.
Focus.
Beam on target.
Compensating for recoil.
It is working. Steady.
Attempting to stabilize. Detecting graviton flux.
Fluctuations in the grav field.
Hold. Hold! We cannot fail the speaker now.
Rerouting power.
Burning out.
Enough! Shut it down!
Cutting power.
Grav drive. Cycling down.
Turning to 0 point.
Retracting stabilizers.
Shutdown complete.
Clear! Well done, all. Well done. We have done all we can. I am sure the Council is waiting to speak with you.
The device has worked. I was not certain this would work, but it seems the Serpent has blessed us.
You have always lacked faith, Dulkev.
One could argue that faith got us into this mess in the first.
Enough! It is time for action, not bickering.
Agreed. We must secure the Citadel. Send in everyone.
Are you mad? We have no idea how stable this is. No idea what is happening inside.
I cannot argue with that. Committing a large force is impossible. There have been reports of increased zealot activity, no doubt in response to what we have been doing here.
It would be unwise to leave Dazra even more vulnerable than it already is.
And, to be candid, we have no idea what will happen to anyone entering the Citadel. We must minimize the potential risk. It is only fitting that it should be you.
Really? I do not doubt our newest member's conviction, but...
What else can we do? He is the only one who can communicate with Anasco. Save as much as you can. Save it all, if possible, but... the Speaker must be your priority. Do whatever it takes to bring Anasco back to us.
It will be nothing short of the highest honor. We will not fail.
We will speak again soon, I hope.
really here. Oh, I feared what I saw. That connection we made was yet another vision. This is real, is it not? I knew the serpent would deliver me from this nightmare, but there must be some way out. Every time I have attempted to leave this place, I find myself lost, wandering, unable to see. There is nothing out there. Tell me, what of Dazra? The people of House Faroon? I have had terrible visions, a dreadful sense of loss. You would make light of such a terrible thing? I can find no humor in this. You must believe me. We meant none of this. All of the research, the calculations, we thought we could contain it. I only ever wanted to help, to improve, to elevate House Faroon. You do not understand. We cannot simply leave. The chain reaction that started, it is self-sustaining. We tried everything. We had hoped we could complete the experiment, but then the vortex interlock burned out. You have one, don't you? I can feel the power from here. Then the serpent truly has sent you to us. I wish I could guarantee your safety, but I am graced by the serpent and have retained my faculties. So many of my people were not as fortunate. You will have no choice but to deal with them. The reactor level is below us. Bring the interlock there. We will need it if we wish to see this through.
Security lockdown.
Heretics identified. I am. those who protect the Great Serpent.
Override. Lockdown.
I am engaging B definitive series. Eliminate death to all inclusive. Shutting down. Circuit failing. No processor failing. Heretics. Be advised that having strong hostiles transferring hostile black on all systems. In the circuit shutdown. Processors failing.
As I said, a new vortex interlock is needed. The reactor must be stabilized before we can proceed. And not by itself, but the experiment at the pinnacle cannot be completed until the power is stabilized. Once it is done, then we can finish what we began and set everything as it should be. I could not say for certain. When this is all behind us, we will need time to review the data and prevent it from happening again. There is no question that the failure of our vortex interlock caused much of the instability. Beyond that, I would need to consult with our scientists, and I'm afraid that many of them have been lost. We did not anticipate that we might have erred in our recreation of the vortex interlock, or that we could overload it. It is time. Come, see what you have helped to save. With all that has gone wrong, all we have sacrificed, I confess I had lost hope. I grew up hearing stories of my grandfather's communion with the Great Serpent, the immense responsibility he was given to create and guide House Varun. By the time I became Speaker and inherited that responsibility, so much had changed. We had lost our way, and I alone could not discern a path forward. I required the Great Serpent's guidance once more. So, I set out to find him. At first, I thought so too, and I despaired. I learned that my grandfather had attempted something similar. I found reassurance in that idea that he, too, sought additional instruction from the Serpent. And over time, I began to see that the Great Serpent had indeed left a path for me, hidden amongst the experimental failures and setbacks. This vortex, the place between places, and the energy it holds, could be harnessed, refined, directed. No. An unfortunate consequence of simple beings grappling with divine power. A mistake that will not be repeated, I assure you. Utilizing the vortex energy, we have learned that we can create powerful warriors, capable of teleporting vast distances in an instant. The brave volunteers in this room await the chance to be the first wave of soldiers loyal to the Great Serpent and our cause. House Varun can project force on a scale unimaginable in the history of the human race. Tinan Varun's mandate can be fulfilled. The Serpent's crusade can begin anew. Despite all that has happened, their life support system has remained stable. Just one more sign from the Great Serpent that we are following his will. And now, the glorious honor falls to you, my faithful servant. Activate the pods, carry out the Serpent's will, and begin House Varun's triumph! You've killed them all! You think you can override the will of the Great Serpent? You pledged yourself to House Varun, but you are like all the rest. Weak of will, short of sight, a betrayer. And in the end, you have changed nothing! There will always be one more willing to serve, and once I have restored the Citadel, I will find them and send them out into the settled system. Zealots! Of course they would attempt to poison this, as they do all things. They will not stop me. The work will be completed now! Come then, all of you! Ascend the Citadel, or squabble amongst yourselves. I will await you at the pinnacle. Despite your attempts to meddle, you have nonetheless served your part in the Serpent's plan. Neither you nor the Zealots will disrupt our achievement now. The gate will cycle one more time, shifting the Citadel into the vortex. You and those bothersome Zealots trapped inside will be cast into the void forever. And I will carry on the Crusade myself. It cannot be stopped. It cannot be shut down. It, like the Great Serpent himself, is inevitable. Rushard's full! What have you done? The entirety of the Citadel will be dragged into the vortex! You have doomed us all!
I like this. Find a way out!
No! No! You shall not escape! Seize him! Rally! Brethren, to me! Traitor! Pay attention! You shall share our fate!
Slowly, slowly.
I told you he would
through a
make
lot. I cannot believe it. The Citadel is gone. There is no sign of an Asco. You failed. You brought us no scrap of hope for the future. You must understand that seems hard to believe.
You will have to explain yourself. Where is Anasco? Why is he not here with us?
Then truly, we are lost. Without Enasco, there is no speaker. There is no way forward.
Perhaps. Or perhaps we acknowledge a simple truth. We are currently the government. We decide what happens from here.
You dare speak of treason? Heresy!
I speak.
Please, calm down, both of you.
This is not a time to be calm or sit idly by. This is a time for action. We, the three of us, are the High Council. All of House Varun looks to us for guidance. We should provide it.
Yes, Jamal is right. We would have to name a new speaker.
Malabor, you cannot possibly be considering this madness. We do not have that kind of authority. It is not within our power.
But Lovek, it can be. We can decide that right here, right now. We can carve a path forward for House Varun. Or else, we can sit by and watch all that we have built crumble around us.
And what assurance do I have that the two of you are not just looking to usurp power for yourselves?
Then we let the Vindicator decide. And we have a herald here as a witness.
Then so it shall be. House Varun moves forward from this crisis and continues to serve the Great Serpent.
All must serve.
Before you adjourn, is there not one matter more to address?
I do not understand. To what do you refer?
To the matter of the Serpent's crusade, of course. The Vindicator knows of what I speak.
I don't understand. The Crusade was ages ago. What does that have to do with any of this?
Explain the meaning of this at once.
After all this time, and we knew nothing of this. The Council was never consulted.
To be fair, it has never been necessary for the Speaker to consult the Council. It is his decision to make.
There is nothing more to discuss. If the Speaker calls for Crusade, then we answer.
I can assure you all that he did indeed believe in it.
Then House Vethal agrees. The Crusade begins. What does House Dulkef say?
I have no wish to defy the Speaker, but he is no longer here. The Varun people need time. House Dulkef declines.
No, I should have expected as much. And what does House Kadik say?
Both of my colleagues have made valid points. The matter is complicated. I believe that for the moment, House Kadik abstains.
So, one vote for, one against. And what about you? Should we take up the sword and fight for House Varun, or continue to cower here and pity ourselves?
Consider what you are about to say very carefully.
So be it.
And with all of this out of the way, we will take our leave. You have been through a great deal and deserve a chance to rest. The home, of course, is yours. You deserve a place among us after everything. Know that House Varun is eternally grateful for all that you have done. And that the Great Serpent will one day grant you a place by his side.